Cheers, VC. How are we doing? Sneaking in a video with a nightcap here. So hopefully you're enjoying some beverage, alcoholic or otherwise, whenever this video finds you. But I figured I need to make this video because I'm overdue. Not only for vinyl community howdy doody, hello, but also my latest contribution to this living library that is the Blue Note 4000 series project. So forgive me as I blabber and stumble over my words and make a fool of myself, because it's bedtime. But I do feel obligated, not obligated, I'm privileged to contribute, but I'm past due. My homework's late. So I want to get in and get after this, right? So let me stop beating around the bush. So, well, now that I say that, I do have a bush beating to do. And that bush beating is a shout out to Horizon Records here in town. So, any longtime viewers of my show, okay, that sounds bold and audacious. Any fellow vinyl community nerds that enjoy phonographic records, such as myself, any of you that blabber about records and in turn listen to an idiot like me talk about records who happen to watch my channel, might know that Horizon's not my favorite. That's merely because you can't really forge a relationship with the owner, which is clearly beneficial. The other shops in town, I have those relationships with. But one benefit of Horizon Records, especially if you're just visiting town and you're not just, and it's not a regular thing, it won't even matter, is that they have a clearly separated, defined, closed jazz room. Treats galore, so it's been providing as of late. And as of late, crazy times, COVID, everyone knows, don't gotta go down that wormhole too much. I've been finishing my nights off with a lot of jazz. When I decided to play some more jazz tonight to unwind, I said, oh, I might as well play this and do the task at hand. So here we are, shout out, done. So I find myself in that jazz room, right? And as of late, whether it's at Horizon or Cabin Floor Records or where I hit the Miles Davis Japanese press and Mother Load at Cabin Floor Records, I keep on finding too many good quality used jazz gems. So I have not been buying as many of the Blue Note 80th anniversary and Tone Poets that everyone's goo goo gaga over, right? But that's why I was out and about. So I figured, man, let me get after some of those and see what else I stumble into, right? So one of the things I was looking at, I found myself in the queues. I want to say as Randall Weaver was just showing one of the Ike Quebec presses, or represses, I should say, reissues, via his recommendation of by Sherv Julius Jabbar, right? And so I find myself flipping in the queues. I did not find that album, but I found this album. Speaking of Sherv, I didn't realize when I found this album how rare of a find it is. But so I mentioned, hey, Sherv, I found a gap in the vinyl community, project here. And he's like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool, man. I've only ever seen that on CD. And then, have a phone call, catching up with old Dave, local bandography. We're having a few brouhahas and talking shit on the phone. And he's like, yeah, dude, that's not an everyday find. So, and clean condition, and the price was right. So, super pleased to have found this, especially for the price of one of these more commonplace Blue Note Tone Poets 80th anniversaries, yada yadas. And I think I'll be able to find that. And if I didn't mention Randall Weaver, shout out to Randall Weaver. My thoughts are kind of skewed here as it's bedtime. So let's see how I'm going to approach this here. Because, I don't have any rhyme or reason or a proper thought on this. So I just said point, click, let's do this. The piano in the background right now is fantastic. But I'm going to label this as kind of the tale of two albums. Okay? Twice over. And the reason being, not only is the A-side sextet and the B-side a quartet. That's kind of the vibe of two albums. But this album's kind of pressed twice over, so to speak. This, and I'll just read it verbatim as to be more coherent than my actual thoughts. Note, this album was never issued under its original Blue Note number BST 84103. The three sextet tunes on the A side, or side one, were first issued in 1981 on Congo Lament, Blue Note LT-1089. The quartet performances on the side two are issued here for the first time. So, weird little factoid. So they say 1987, with the barcode and all, this is the first press. I'm guessing, and maybe in the comment section if someone knows better than I, it might have something to do with the passing of Ike Quebec. I know he had lung cancer that spread elsewhere through his body. I don't know what the final verdict was upon his passing of what form of cancer it was, but I know he was fairly riddled with it. He lived hard and partied hard. He's on a bit of a resurgence upon recording this over those two sessions. His heyday was really in the 40s, big band and whatnot with Cab Calloway. And I know his one of his heroes was, I think it happens to be over my shoulder by happenstance, Coleman Hawkins. All right, so let me regather my thoughts as I drift here, right? So before I get into the players, one of the things I described it as the two albums. Not only the Congo Lament and then this actual noted 84103. I think I would pursue that Congo Lament because I like the A-side sextet work better. The B-side is more the romantic notions you'd expect from the play of Ike Quebec. The tracks I've Got a Crush on You, Nancy, and the titular track Easy Livin'. Just the names alone lend to the style of music you'd assume it would be. Not to give a compliment to the B-side, I think that I've Got a Crush on You, if I recall right while listening to other tracks, it's always hard to do that. It has a minimalistic taper off that I appreciate and like. Q's Pill right here on the third track on the A side probably has the best piano play. Congo Lament is a really solid track, which, if I'm not mistaken, just started playing in the background, if you can hear it. Thus being the titular track to the 1981 pressing of the same work of the sextet recordings. And then CC Rider, the track we just listened to, which is a blues jazz staple standard that dates back to the 1920s. It's been blues rocked out from Mitch Ryder, and I think Elvis may have done it. And then the original lady from the 1920s is like something like not McGahee or whatever. I'm going to forget her name. I knew that prior to even acquiring this album, and now that laughs me because it's bedtime. But the players are obviously Ike Quebec, tenor sax, Stanley Turrentine, tenor sax, Benny Green, trombone, Sonny Clark, piano, Milt Hinton, bass. If I'm being honest, that's the player on this album I'm least familiar with, and Art Blakey on drums. Okay, when you omit Stanley Turrentine and Benny Green from the sextet, that is the quartet on the B side. Upon subsequent listenings, I started playing the B side first, so it kind of builds up, not so much to a crescendo, but just eases you in, like maybe your first album after work when you're relaxing, and then you segue into a little bit more up tempo, cool jazz. It's still chill and relaxing, but not just gonna like make you veg out and just procrastinate yourself into a chair. But so I enjoy the A side more so than the B side, to be redundant. Sonny Clark, I think, is the star of this album. His piano work is great. A lot of which I like how he plays off of both Milt Hinton on bass and Art Blakey on drums. I believe I've broken 10 minutes here on one album, and I know I'm sleepy to the point where this is an epic failure, or best case scenario, a B+ effort. So thanks for tuning in. By all means, support all the people contributing to this vinyl community project, this Blue Note 4000 series. And tune in because I know I need to notch one out for a Donald Byrd edition as well. So thanks for viewing. I appreciate all your support. Keep it jazzy, keep it classy, and I guess just to elongate this even more so, I'll probably, since my descriptions are going to be epically uh, underwhelming, I'll probably leave a link to this so you can listen to it and take it in for yourself. So you can decide whether you want to acquire either this or 1981's Congo Lament. Like I say, both albums kind of one and the same, or cousins of each other, so to speak. And then also, if you're not a vinyl purist, if I'm not mistaken, while reading one or two factoids about this briefly, this CD issue of this, if I'm not mistaken, has the complete sextet works on it as bonus tracks, and I think I might be telling a tale outside of school here, but I think there might even be an additional quartet track on there, but that might be something I'm making up in my mind as sleep approaches. Anyways, take care, keep it jazzy. Freaking love you guys.